Hello, everybody. This is Nick Totaro, Professor of Information Technology and Computer Science, Lakeland Community College, CAE mentor, and peer reviewer. All right, item 4B, provide documentation of continuous improvement process. As you saw in 4A, and as I mentioned, Lakeland goes through, and most colleges that I've worked with go through a pretty comprehensive review process. Now, that could be at different cycles. Ours happens to be on a 5-year cycle, but I've seen different cycles, and that's fine. And as I mentioned in that first video, we're constantly in this, especially in the IT departments, we review our course content constantly. We're replacing old content. We're changing things as the technology unfolds. This is just part of the realm of ITCS. So in 4B, let's go to my screen. In 4B, provide the documentation of the continuous improvement process. Now, in this comprehensive document that Lakeland uses, it's 72 pages, right? But I only highlighted the areas that were specific for 4A, 4B, and 4C. So it wasn't like the whole document was highlighted, but I just wanted to highlight the specific areas. And basically it's asking us, what is the process? What are you going to do now? You've gone through the review, you reviewed your POS and your programs, now, what are you planning on doing? And here's our continued improvement process. And again, in both 4A and 4B and 4C, I provided some kind of justification explaining our overall process. And you can kind of see I didn't get any RFIs on this. And I'm just going to keep saying this. Different schools may still do it differently, but we have generally the same things going on. We just might do it ever so slightly. So again, I have, it looks very similar to the one that you saw, maybe you saw in 4A, just explaining our overall process. And this goes back, for us, we can go back literally decades far back because we're on a 5-year cycle. I think our next one is 2005, 2006. So starting in 2025, I'm sorry, 2025, 2026. Starting in 2025, we're going to be ramping this stuff up, and it is a pretty comprehensive review. So 4B is provide documentation. If there's ever a word here is what is your documentation? What are you doing? What is the process, and how are you documenting that? So probably one of the most confusing parts of this continuous improvement plan for A, 4B, and 4C. It seems like it's the same question over and over, but it really isn't. For me, I was very fortunate. I end up using the same document, our what we call our DARPA report, but there's different sections in that DARPA report explaining what we're looking for in this particular application. So again, with that being said, let's go and learn something.